Beneath Brazil's vibrant traditions, a quiet demographic shift is underway. It's a story told not in headlines, but in community centers and online forums. A surprising number is catching the attention of sociologists, a figure pointing to a deeper current of change. While absolute numbers are modest in a nation of 215 million, the trend is undeniable. Estimates suggest that for every 200 Brazilians who change their faith, one is now choosing Islam. This might sound small, but it represents a growth rate that's turning heads in a country long dominated by Christianity. In the world's largest Catholic country, where Christ the Redeemer watches over Rio, this is a profound development. For decades, the major religious story was the explosive growth of evangelical churches. This new chapter is different. This shift towards Islam isn't a passive drift. It's a series of deliberate individual journeys. Each conversion story is unique, yet they share common threads: a deep personal quest for meaning and a re-evaluation of one's worldview. For some, it's a search for a structured spiritual path, or a reaction against modern materialism. For many, it's about finding belonging in a global community. A complex tapestry of social, spiritual, and digital factors are weaving together at once. These converging forces are fueling a new wave of conversions, creating new realities from the ground up. We see it in new mosques and Islamic centers, often starting in humble spaces, and in the emergence of halal markets and support networks. This transformation is deeply personal, a quiet but powerful movement reshaping families and communities. It can create friction, but often fosters new bonds of shared purpose, one individual at a time. Interestingly, the trend is particularly pronounced among the youth. In an age of digital connectivity, young Brazilians are encountering global perspectives like never before. For some, Islam offers a clear identity and moral framework in a rapidly changing world. The trend is also remarkably strong among women. Many female converts speak of finding empowerment, respect, and a strong sense of sisterhood, challenging both external stereotypes and their own previous assumptions. And this isn't just an urban phenomenon. While communities are growing in São Paulo and Rio, the seeds of change are sprouting in unexpected places, from historic towns in the Northeast to remote communities deep within the Amazon rainforest. This remarkable geographic spread is a testament to our hyper-connected world. The internet erases distances, allowing a seeker in a small Amazonian town to connect with a scholar in Cairo. Digital pathways are making once unimaginable spiritual journeys possible. The internet is probably the biggest engine driving this change, you know. Social media is like a giant, open classroom for religion. Young people spend hours on platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They find channels and accounts that explain Islam in a simple, direct way. They can watch how to pray and listen to podcasts on Islamic history. They follow creators who live their faith day to day. Information is available 24/7, private and personal, right on their phones. They can ask questions anonymously and learn at their own pace. They connect with Muslims worldwide in private messages. Online learning builds confidence before taking the next step into a community. Globalization also plays a huge role through media and travel. Brazilians meet Muslims while studying abroad or on vacation. Working side by side breaks down stereotypes. You see a person, not a label. It moves from screens to real life, changing perceptions. Many Brazilians, navigating the complexities of the 21st century, are drawn to the clear values that Islam teaches. In a society saturated with information and shifting social currents, the religion offers a firm anchor. It provides a simple, direct structure for daily life, a clear map in a world that can feel directionless. This isn't just abstract philosophy, it's tangible guidance. The Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad offer clarity on everything from ethical business practices and family relationships to personal conduct and dietary laws. For many converts, this comprehensive framework doesn't feel restrictive. Instead, it brings a profound sense of order and stability, eliminating the mental fatigue of constant uncertainty and creating a space for inner peace to flourish. This sense of purpose is crystallized in the 5 pillars, which ground abstract faith in concrete, daily action, a practical spirituality that many find deeply comforting. The declaration of faith, the Shahada, provides a core identity. The 5 daily prayers, or Salat, create a rhythm for the day, a constant reminder of one's connection to the divine. The mandatory charity, Zakat, embeds generosity into one's financial life, while the fast of Ramadan, or Psalm, cultivates empathy and self-discipline. These pillars are not just rituals, they are a complete system for personal and spiritual development. Perhaps one of the most powerful draws, especially in a nation marked by stark social inequality, is Islam's unwavering emphasis on social justice. This is most clearly expressed through Zakat. Zakat is not simply a suggestion to be charitable. It is a mandatory annual donation, a core pillar of the faith. It is understood as a right that the poor have over the wealthy, a mechanism for redistributing resources and purifying one's own earnings. In the favelas and bustling cities of Brazil, new Muslims see a practical, divinely ordained system to fight poverty, not as an afterthought, but as a fundamental requirement of their faith. This focus on the external world is balanced by a deep internal journey. Islam's spiritual teachings offer a sanctuary for the soul. The daily prayers create deliberate pauses, a space to step away from modern stress and connect with something sacred and eternal. For many who have struggled with anxiety, depression, or a sense of emptiness, this regular practice of mindfulness and submission to God is transformative, a lifeline anchoring their well-being in something unshakable. This internal peace is then mirrored by an external sense of community. The concepts of brotherhood and sisterhood are profound, creating immediate belonging. In the mosque, worldly distinctions fade. Race, class, and background dissolve as people stand shoulder to shoulder in prayer, offering a powerful sense of acceptance and family where one is valued simply for their faith and humanity. Muslim organizations in Brazil are building bridges with the wider community. Mosques are becoming active community centers. Mesquita Brazil in São Paulo, open houses, cultural fairs, interfaith dialogues. They invite neighbors to come in, ask questions, and share a meal. These events break down fear and misinformation and build trust. Education is key. Open classes for everyone. Arabic, basics of the Quran, and Islamic history, often taught in Portuguese. For converts, it builds a foundation. For the curious, it offers reliable information. Social support, from food banks to counseling and family gatherings, becomes a lifeline. Across cities large and small, a strong support system is growing. More Brazilian-born leaders now guide communities in Portuguese, creating materials, giving lectures, leading prayer. Islam is putting down roots in Brazilian soil and growing from within. In the vibrant tapestry of modern Brazil, a new thread is being woven. The stories of individual converts to Islam are powerful, personal, and deeply inspiring. Much of this growth is fueled by the digital world. When public figures, from the octagon of mixed martial arts to the stages of popular music, share their conversion journeys online, they do more than just gain views. They shatter long-held stereotypes that cast Islam as foreign or incompatible with Brazilian identity. Their visibility creates a crucial bridge. Their testimonies often speak of finding a profound sense of peace, a welcome discipline in a chaotic world, and a clear purpose that was previously missing. For a young Brazilian, scrolling through their feed, seeing someone they admire embrace this path makes the faith feel accessible, real, and most importantly, possible for them too. This growth is appearing in the most unexpected of places, far from the historical centers of Middle Eastern immigration. We're seeing new communities blossom in the sprawling peripheries of São Paulo and Rio, and in the smaller towns of the Northeast. These new centers arise not from foreign funding, but from pure grassroots determination. It often starts with just a few recent converts gathering in a living room, sharing knowledge from online lectures and books. As their numbers grow, they pool their modest resources to rent a small house or storefront. Eventually, this rented space is transformed into a simple mosque or musalla, a dedicated place for prayer and learning, built by the community, for the community. These places quickly become vital focal points, not just for local Muslims, but for the wider neighborhood. They host open days, distribute food to those in need, and offer classes in Portuguese, demystifying the faith for curious neighbors and building essential bridges of understanding. Within this movement, women are playing a central and transformative role. Far from being passive followers, they are organizers, educators, and social activists. For many, embracing Islam is a conscious act of empowerment, a way to find dignity and define their identity on their own terms, outside the pressures of mainstream consumer culture. The global rise of Islamic feminism provides a powerful framework, offering women the tools to advocate for their rights and for gender justice from directly within the faith, reinterpreting scripture to challenge patriarchal norms. This entire story unfolds peacefully, sheltered by Brazil's long and celebrated tradition of religious freedom and syncretism. In a nation accustomed to blending beliefs, Islam is not seen as a threat, but as another color in its rich spiritual mosaic. It is an ancient faith finding a vibrant, modern, and uniquely Brazilian home. For a growing number of people, it offers what many are searching for: a clear path in a confusing world, the support of a global and local community, and a deep, unshakable sense of meaning.